what we do is bring ourselves here. So we're looking for that roughly 30 to 40 degree angle, okay? So from bringing our hips back from the box, holding that position. Now, a lot of times what you'll see from this position is they'll bring their hips forward, they'll bring their hips back. Can they actually tap in through that pillar and hold that position? Okay? That's hard enough for a lot of athletes to be able to activate that. Now, from that position, what I'm going to have them do is go ahead and bring up one leg. All right? What am I simulating right here? Good hip separation. Okay? I'm trying to create a foundation so they get good hip separation, and then they could actually generate and pop through that ground and be able to have that good first step mechanics. So just in this position right here, we're going to have them use each other. So they're going to go ahead and partner up, and we're going to just have them do a postural hold like this. Okay? So ladies, what I want you to do is go ahead and partner up for me. You're going to be facing each other just like this. So one person's going to be here, the other person's going to be right here. Okay, now bring your hands out, put them right on her shoulders. Okay, but now you've got to lean forward like I was doing on that box. So here you go. Just hold yourself. You know, you can brace yourself by just bringing yourself into a split position. There you go. And now she's just going to come up onto her toes a little bit. Now she's going to bring her hips forward. So go ahead. Bring your hips forward. Okay. Got to trust your teammates. So a little team building here going on. So now she's going to look straight ahead. Okay. She's going to look at trying to activate the center of her body. So bring your hips forward a little bit more. A little bit more. There, trust her. She's got you. Okay, now what I want you to do is bring one leg up for me. So just like I did in the box. So toe up, knee up. So here we go. Bring that up, okay? So now we're looking, can she hold this position? Look straight ahead. There you go. She's got you. Now just holding that position, okay? Not the easiest thing, right? Okay, good, and relax. All right, so now let's go ahead, everybody, just bring yourself into that position quickly. Go ahead, lean forward, trust your teammate. You can go ahead and split your stance so you got good base. And now you're gonna go ahead and just lean forward. So as you notice, what are most of the ladies doing? A little trust factor going on here. They want to stick their hips back. They're like going, oh no, oh no. What do we actually want them to do? Trust them. Use the center of their body. So everybody, I want you to go ahead, lean into it. Bring your hips forward a little bit, and now go ahead and bring one leg up. So toe up, knee up. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on, hold that position. Help them out if you want to. Good. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and switch. So bring the other leg down, bring the other leg up. That's it, toe up, knee up. So what we want to do is make sure our foot isn't pointed down, toe is up in that good position. Hold it, good, and down. The next one would be, we would alternate this out, okay? Getting through the hips again, okay? So from this position right here, we have bring himself, trust that position. They would load through both hips and then drive up with one, okay? Getting through the hips and then drive up onto the opposite side, okay? So two-legged load and lift. Driving that up and holding that position. Look at that. We're looking for those good lines. Again, what we want to do is try to create our athletes that we call them actually pushers, not pullers, okay? Because the reality is most soccer players are pull runners. And what I mean by that is they stay very vertical, okay? They want to reach out in front of them and try to run like this, pulling themselves along. Okay, what happens when we run like that? What part of our body are we using? Any idea? Hamstrings. Adductors, calves. We're not using the center of our body, not using that pillar, and we're not using our glutes either, okay? How strong are our hamstrings? How strong are the inside of our legs? I mean, some of athletes, they can be very strong, but their problem is that if you're looking at a durability issue, is now all of a sudden, hey coach, hamstrings really tight, you know, I'm lit up after playing, you know, 2 games in 2 days. I don't know, I'm going to need a few days to be able to come back and be able to go in the next training session. Or more importantly, it may be getting chronic that it's hard for them just to be able to practice day in, day out, let alone to be able to play a game. And now when you watch them and how they run, they're actually reaching and pulling themselves through that position all the time, okay? So just to kind of move on from this real quickly, I'll show you a couple things and we'll finish up. First one is that we'll go to the single leg, we'll go to the march and then a single leg exchange. So the march would be simply just in this position, being able to switch it out. Okay, can you be able to go from one side to the other, being able to hold that good position? Then can you be able to go with a single leg exchange? So now we're actually starting to move that a little bit quicker, okay? Before one foot hits the ground, the other one comes up. So we're holding that good position as we go through that. Okay, so now we're just starting to speed it up a little bit, trying to make it more realistic. It's like their first step mechanics. Now, from that, ladies, go ahead, bring yourself back to the line. Now we're going to go ahead and directly apply that to something a little bit more that they could see actually on the field. So go ahead, give yourself some space right there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do what we call a falling start, okay? So now, just like they use their teammate, they're going to have to fall into this position, and now they're going to have good first step mechanics. So they'll fall, and then accelerate, okay? What do you think is going to happen with most of these athletes? They're going to have a hard time trusting the falling. They're going to want to stick their bum out or bring their hips too far forward, okay, and then be able to just lean into it and then drive that forward. So ladies, what I want you to do is just trust yourself, fall forward, and I want you to sprint out for me for 10 yards. Ready? And fall. Go. Good, and bring it back. So now we'll go out of a couple different positions here. We'll go right into actually a split stance. So not always are you going to have that falling forward. So go ahead to split out your feet, 1 foot back, 1 foot forward. And now when I say go, the first thing I want you to do is lean into it just a little bit, keep that good position, and then be able to accelerate out. 10 yards, and go. Good. Okay, so we'll do the same thing, switch out your split stance. So if you had one leg forward the last time, you'll switch it out this time. Ready, and go. Accelerate. And we're looking for this gradual bringing up the body. We don't want to just take one step and then all of a sudden we're vertical. Okay, so the last one we'll do, okay, is that we're going to go into acceleration and deceleration. Okay, and this is a very, very important concept because basically when you get to the end of a play, a lot of times plays are made at the highest end that you have a quick sprint, a deceleration, and then your ability to accelerate again. Okay, so if you ever have the opportunity to use some of these systems like Prozone and Misco that you see in Europe, or even have the opportunity to break down tape and you start to look at the actual movement, you'll see a lot of crucial plays are made the ability to react, be able to decelerate wherever it is you're going, and then how quickly can you react and go in the next position. So we're going to look to see, can our athlete be able to accelerate and just simply decelerate? Not have to take a false step, lose their balance. So out of this position, we'll just go ahead and have them go have a split, and I'll have them accelerate 5 yards and then decelerate. So ready, ladies, you're going to go 5 yards. Okay, so ready, go, and drop. Good. And as you can see, not so easy. Go ahead, bring it back. One more. Do they wait to the last second to bring down their center of mass? Use their hips. Okay, so here's the same thing, and sprint, and decelerate. Good. So again, hopefully I just gave you some quick concepts. So again, if you're looking at the warm-up and just looking at it in the linear plane, okay, you go ahead and start off with some simple stuff so you can look at your actual glute activation, you'll look at your actual dynamic flexibility, you'll look at your movement integration, you'll look at your neuromuscular activation, okay? Then we get into some of the plyometrics, two-legged. We went into a balance, so looking at some single-leg stuff, going in the linear plane. Again, this is the easiest plane to work in. When we start to go side to side and we start to go multi-directional stuff, that becomes a little bit harder. And then once we've gone through the plyometrics, then we went into a little bit of skill mechanics. Real simple stuff, okay? We went into being able to show you how you don't need much equipment, okay? And hopefully that's very advantageous for a lot of us. Okay, and being able, can we transition some of this stuff that we were doing earlier in the warm-up, and can now we make it look more realistic and be able to translate that into the actual training session or into the game. So with that, thank you ladies very much. I appreciate your help, and thank you.